Hello, I'm Brett Knowles from PM2 Consulting. This video takes you through a case study of how we can identify one strategic driver that can be used in multiple plans and applications. So the premise of our experience is this, that strategy drives everything in an organization. Once we understand an organization's strategy, let's say it's something like penetrate new markets, that will tell us how to manage the business. We now need to proactively manage and put more focus on issues relating to penetrating new markets compared to issues that might be getting us, say, share of wallet. That strategy is still going to tell us how we're going to plan the business going forward. We're going to obviously invest more resources and expect more value add through new markets than, again, share of wallet. That also is going to allow us to manage and inform how people do their day-to-day jobs and make sure that those activities are in line with penetrate new markets. And finally, it's going to identify where the biggest performance gaps are and where we need to invest in improving the organization. So, understanding that strategy is at the center, if we understand an organization's strategy, we can use that to identify the key drivers that will make the rest of this process work. So best practices around capturing strategy are with a strategy map. In a strategy map, we're going to capture the main performance value add activities within a number of perspectives. In this case, we're starting off with the financial perspectives, and to achieve financial success, we need to make our customers happy. To make our customers happy, we need the right internal processes, and to build and maintain those processes, we need the right enablers. So using an organization's existing strategy, we should be able to extract the core objectives and organize those into those 4 swim lanes. Now, the swim lanes aren't mandatory. We need a way of organizing the cause and effect relationship between these objectives. Because for an organization, it's not only the objectives that are important, but how they work together as a system to create overall strategic success. We also have to identify what our priorities are. So in this example, for this year, the highest priorities are around making sure that this cell phone company has more products per customer. To do that, they have to offer products that do everything, these multi-purpose smartphones, and improve the availability of the system. And underpinning all of that is understanding the customer. So with this strategy, again, not recreated, but captured from the organization's existing strategy, we can begin to determine what are the key drivers. So again, if we're going to manage this business, we need to identify performance drivers against each one of these objectives. And these become the drivers that we use for performance monitoring, but in reality should be the same drivers that we use for activity-based costing, for driver-based planning, and so forth. So how does that work? Well, if we go back to the model of strategy driving everything, based on that strategy, we should be able to cut plans. And in the business planning sense, those are things like sales and operations planning, supplies, real estate, and so forth. But we should also be able to identify the sales, forecasting, revenue, territory planning, and so forth. Other plans that we frequently see are things around forecasting related activities. And finally, human capital planning, which may be the most important plan of any organization that's in the knowledge creation business. Likewise, there's plans about what projects we should be doing to close, and of course that feedback around performance management, financial management, and sales performance management. So these are an example of the multiple plans which may exist in your organization. And the idea is strategy drives them all. Let's take an example. Let's say with our cell phone company, a key driver is how many products each customer has. And if we understand that, that will help us do our sales and operations planning. That's the key driver. Based on that, we should be able to sort out our sales forecast, but also our revenue model and territory planning. Again, that one driver multiplies through the planning system. Now, based on the revenue model, we can then begin doing some revenue forecasting. And if we combine the sales forecasting and territory planning, we can begin doing workforce planning, optimization, and utilization modeling. And in turn, that allows us to do people performance analysis and of course the territory management stuff, which combines to profitability reporting and analysis, which brings us full circle. So the idea is this one driver, how many customers we have with multiple products or number of multiple products per customer, we can drive the entire business model of, in this case, the 10 core plans they need to cut on an annual basis. And of course, we should be able to enact that through software tools such as Anaplan. So by doing this, we can integrate each of these models into a dynamic form. So as we change one of them, it ripples through the other 9. Another example might be, for example, sales operations planning might drive our new product modeling. New product modeling, and again, remember, this is new products per customer. This allows us to model our new products, which allows us to figure out what do we need in terms of technical support for those new products, therefore the people performance, and in turn how we can price and track the margin of that new product. And again, that's a feedback back to new products, number of products per customer. So again, in all cases, we can model these easily with a few key drivers and provide a much more robust business model. We can also overlay on top of this existing systems like the emerging gamification of business and adding points along everyone's performance against each of these activities. So now we're enabling this through the human capital model as well. So again, our premise is strategy drives everything. And if we understand an organization's strategy, we can quickly allow you to create these other plans in whatever sequence makes the most sense for your organization. So I hope this has been useful to you. If you want to learn more about these design principles, by all means, join us at pm2consulting.com.